good, everybody? I'm Isaac Lee, and I'm back with another movie review, this time Dune. I know I'm late, everyone's already given their 2 cents, but here's mine. First and foremost, let me just say that I am not a fan of the lore. I literally don't know anything about this movie. I literally just came into it just brand new. With that said, I was lost for the majority of it. Like, here's my interpretation of it. You have one army where you have Batista and the guy that played Polka Dot Man on one side. Then you got another army where you have Thanos and Jason Momoa on the other, which is also the same side where they had this whole little side story about some kid who's basically has Jedi powers. I was like, they call it The Voice, but I'll get back to that later. So you basically have these two armies that are kind of like they're fighting with each other, but at the same time they're against this third group of people who live on this planet where the dunes actually are. And the reason people come to this planet is because of spice, you know, whatever. Like, they just call it spice. And here's the thing about it, and I was thinking about this earlier. It's like, I don't want to bring race into this, but every other minority says spices. Only white people would just say singular form spice. I was like, you got two armies basically killing each other over cinnamon. I was like, but okay. I mean, they go into detail. They go into detail talking about how important it is and how it's the most important thing in the universe and how it powers their ships and all this and the third. But I mean, this is like 8,000 years into the future and we're fighting over a spice. Okay. So the people that are on the dunes, you know, they get the bad rap. People are always talking about how, oh, they fight like demons, and because they're surrounded, you know, they're in this atmosphere with all this spice, they get these blue eyes for whatever reason. And at first I was thinking, okay, just off the trailers, I'm thinking, okay, do the blue eyes get them superpowers? It was like, nope, it's just blue eyes. I was like, oh, okay. Like, maybe it is, because one of the things that's revealed when the movie first comes on is that this is Dune Part 1. It was not advertised like that at all. It was not advertised like that at all. Another thing that was advertised, and I thought there would be more of it, is this whole storyline between this boy who has like these Jedi powers and Zendaya. I thought there would be like a bigger story of that, but no, there's a lot of time where you don't even see Zendaya. And I was like, I thought she had a bigger role, but whatever her role is, they're probably saving that for part 2. She's probably gonna get more screen time on that, but it's really not until the very end where you actually see these two actually conversing and things like that, and to where they actually like join their side in the fight. But as far as this whole subplot, they had this whole thing about this young boy getting these Jedi powers because his mother comes from this long line of women that also have these same type of Jedi-like powers, but they call it the Voice. And the mother was told by her mother that, okay, this power is only meant for women. You're supposed to only bear girls. But she had a son and then kept it, and then of course the son inherited the powers. I'm like, so now it's this whole thing of training him. He has to both learn how to fight with hand-to-hand combat. He's which is funny, 8,000 years from now, and we revert right back to fighting with knives and swords. So that's there's that. He has to learn how to use this superpower, and at the same time he's having visions of things that haven't happened yet. One of the abilities is that he can kind of like coerce people to do whatever they want. If he uses the Voice, and to do that he has to speak in a certain tone. So he can like what all can he do? He can coerce people to do things, and I feel like he can do some other stuff. But it's basically just a Jedi mind trick. It's basically just a Jedi mind trick, which I mean, it comes in handy, especially when him and his mother get captured and they gotta get let free, and they basically just say, take these shackles off me, not kill yourself. I'm like, okay. Another thing in these dunes, and I thought I would see this thing more, but I guess you can't because of the budget. But the huge worm that is in the dunes, this thing is gigantic. But at the same time, as much as I want to see it more, I understand why. For budget reasons and for budget constraints, you can't really show it as much as you want to. But it would be cool to see like some more interesting deaths by this big worm in the dunes that's just eating everything in sight. But it really didn't have my attention all that much. I'll be dead honest. It got to a point where it was on and I heard it in the background, but I was just on the computer like doing random Google searches and looking at other stuff. But I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna stick around for part 2. Maybe I will since I'm doing this one, but I'm not hyped for it. If you're hyped for it, hey, God bless you. I'm not gonna like trash it, but yeah, this isn't for me. A lot of it I was lost on. When it comes to like the locations of places and the locations of people's names, oh, I didn't remember that at all. I did not remember that at all. But I will give it this. It did have some nice action scenes. Definitely has some nice action scenes. I really like the fight choreography. It's a quintessential sci-fi movie. If it's definitely in the vein of like a Star Wars, Star Trek, something like that. But hey, but at the end of the day, hey, those are just my thoughts. But what are yours? And if you like what I had to offer, hit that like and subscribe at the bottom. I'm Isaac Lee, and this is The Rundown.